Theme. 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 Let's talk about the word theme. As a part of speech, theme is a noun that refers to the central idea or subject of something, such as a work of art, a movie, a book, or even an event. In common usage, people often use theme to describe the main topic or focus of a piece of writing, a conversation, or a celebration. For example, you might say that a party has a Halloween theme, meaning it's decorated and celebrated with a spooky atmosphere. What's interesting is that theme can also have a more abstract connotation, implying a recurring idea or motif that's woven throughout something. At our school's annual masquerade ball, we decided on a Gothic theme for the decorations, which included cobwebs, candelabras, and a mock graveyard, really setting the mood for the night. Formal usage. In casual conversation with my friend, I mentioned that the new sci-fi movie's theme of exploring a post-apocalyptic world was right up my alley. The marketing report presented to our team suggested that our company's campaign for a new video game should focus on a fantasy theme, as it appealed to our target audience's love of adventure and magic. Business academic usage. So you're trying to figure out what that tricky word, theme, means. Don't worry, I'm here to help. A theme is basically the underlying idea or subject that ties together a collection of things, like words, images, or even an entire project. It's often used to give a sense of unity and cohesion to something, making it more meaningful or relatable to others. Think of it like the thread that weaves through a tapestry. Everything else in the design is connected to this main idea. You might also hear people talk about motto, idea, or message when they're trying to convey a central concept. But theme is more specific and usually has a bit more depth to it. Thereby. 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 So, let's talk about the word thereby. As a language teacher, I can tell you that thereby is an adverb, which means it modifies a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. It's used to indicate the result of an action or a situation, often in formal or written English. Commonly, you'll see thereby in phrases like, I thereby conclude that, or the company was forced into bankruptcy thereby. The key thing to remember is that it's always connected to a verb or an action, and it implies a consequence or a result. For example, if someone says, she resigned from her job, thereby ending 10 years of service, you can understand that the act of resigning had a specific outcome, in this case, the end of her service. It's worth noting that thereby is often used to make language more formal or sophisticated, so it's not typically used in everyday conversation. Rather, it's more suited for writing essays, reports, or even official documents. Here are 3 practical example sentences using the word thereby. In formal writing, such as in an official announcement, you might say, the university's new policy on student conduct is hereby implemented to ensure a safe and respectful learning environment for all students, thereby fostering a positive academic experience. In this context, thereby indicates the purpose or consequence of the policy being put into place. The speaker is emphasizing that the new rules are designed to promote a specific outcome, a positive academic experience. In casual conversation with friends, you might say, I've been trying to get more sleep each night and it's really helped me feel less stressed out, thereby allowing me to focus on my studies. Here, thereby indicates the result or consequence of getting enough sleep. The speaker is explaining that by doing one thing, getting more sleep, they're able to achieve a positive outcome, feeling less stressed. In business or academic writing, such as in a research paper, you might say, the new software was implemented, thereby streamlining our data analysis process and improving the accuracy of our results. In this context, thereby indicates the purpose or consequence of implementing the software. The writer is emphasizing that the software's primary benefit is to automate a complex task, data analysis, making it more efficient and accurate. So, you want to know about thereby. Okay, let me break it down for you. When we say thereby, we're usually talking about something that happens because of what came before it, like a result or an effect. It's kind of like saying because of that, or as a consequence. Think of it like this. Imagine someone does something, and then something else happens because of it. That's when you might use thereby to connect the two ideas. For example, if someone says, I studied really hard for my exam, you could say, and I thereby got an excellent grade. See how it links the two things together? Mainly, thereby is used to show a cause and effect relationship between two events or actions. It's often used in formal writing or speech, but not as much in casual conversation. Some people might also use words like hence, consequently, or as a result, which have similar meanings. Does that make sense? Uniform. 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 The word uniform is an interesting one. As a noun, it can refer to a set of clothes that people in a particular organization, such as a school or army, wear every day to identify themselves with their group. For example, you might see students in a uniform consisting of a blue shirt and black pants walking down the street. In this sense, uniform is often used to describe the dress code required by an institution or company. On the other hand, when we talk about something being uniform in terms of its quality or style, it means that it is consistent or identical throughout. For instance, a camera with a uniform focus produces images of the same clarity everywhere. This usage is more related to the concept of sameness rather than physical attire. And it's often used in contexts like science, technology, or art. The students at our school are required to wear a uniform every day, which consists of a white shirt, a black tie, and a pair of formal trousers. This is because the principal wants to maintain a sense of professionalism and respect in the academic environment. I was at the airport and I saw people wearing the most ridiculous uniforms, like the guy who worked at the coffee shop had on an orange jumpsuit with a giant logo on it. It's crazy how some workplaces just go all out with their uniform designs. In our company, we have a very strict policy about dress code, but for interns and new hires, they're required to wear a standard uniform during their first few months of training. This not only helps them feel part of the team, but also makes it easier for existing employees to recognize and approach them in a professional setting. So, you want to learn about this thing that people wear at work or school? It's basically a special set of clothes that is typically worn by members of a particular group or organization, like a student or an employee. The main characteristics are that it's usually the same for everyone in the group, and it's often made up of specific pieces, such as a shirt, pants or skirt, and sometimes even a hat or badge. You might also see people wearing similar things at sports events or clubs. But what we're talking about is more like an official costume that you wear to show you belong to a particular group. Think of it like the clothes a doctor or a police officer wears. It's something that helps identify them as experts in their field.